champion, it's Tommy Tanner!
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
So Tate Mayfairs from the blue corner and Tommy Tanner from the red corner. Commence wrestling!
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much to Stephen Barker. Commence wrestling indeed. I'm Aaron X. Welcome back to Rumble Wrestling on the Rumble Wrestling YouTube channel. Oh, have we got a doozy for you here in Ashford, a sold-out Stour Centre. Referee Dave Macro in charge of Tommy Tanner, the Ultimate Geezer, the Rumble Wrestling European Champion, versus the all-time great, the All-Nations Champion, Tate Mayfairs. Ladies and gentlemen, what a one-on-one matchup. It's champion versus champion. No titles on the line, however, but it is the All-Nations Champion versus the European Champion. Tate Mayfairs, of course, in the magnificent velour tights against the man, the Ultimate Geezer, in the multicoloured trunks, knee pads, and kick pads, of course, Tommy Tanner. And Tommy Tanner, what a rise he has had here in Rumble Wrestling. Lovely arm drag takeover by Tate Mayfairs to start this matchup out. And of course, the experience advantage going very strongly to Tate Mayfairs. Number of years in the business, but Tommy Tanner is in prime condition. And talk about the breakout star. He was indeed the breakout star of Rumble Wrestling in 2024, looking to add so much more here in 2025 as your new European champion. But Tate Mayfairs in full control in the early goings of this matchup. On the snapmare takedown, looking for a PK there, but Tommy Tanner had that one scouted. A lovely arm drag takes Tate Mayfairs up and over, and now a scoop slam of his own. Anything you can do, I can do just as well, including just a little bit more with the standing moonsault. Beautiful kip up. Tommy Tanner electing not to go for the cover there. Not sure whether that will come back to haunt him. We will see in this one-on-one matchup. Tate Mayfairs creating separation with that right hand. That's what he does best. And a lovely knife-edge chop as well. The educated fist, the educated striking method of Tate Mayfairs. Lovely leapfrog going for the sleep. It's Tommy Tanner. And now a lovely drop kick. The aerial ability of this man. And as you will know, of course, Aaron Nix is not a small man, but when I stand next to Tommy Tanner, I feel particularly average, an absolutely astonishing specimen. But there is the X Factor, ladies and gentlemen. As always, Mr. Shenwu, the manager of Tate Mayfairs, as Tommy Tanner goes up and over, comes off the rope, stuck to the clothesline, snaps off a beautiful Hurricane Runner in the middle of the ring. Tate Mayfairs, of course, ever present as the All-Nations Champion. Other than a couple of blips, is pretty much the All-Nations Champion to end All-Nations Champions. And now Tommy Tanner cashed in, of course, on Tate Mayfairs at the Woodville to capture the European Championship that Tate Mayfairs only just won. And Shenwu up on the apron, and now beautiful running Euro into the corner. Look out, exploder suplex out of the corner by Tate Mayfairs to Tommy Tanner, and now a PK right across the shoulder blade. Hitting combination now. Look at the leg, 2 count only, says referee Dave Macro. As I mentioned, of course, on our last return to Woodville, Tommy Tanner cashed in his briefcase to become European champion. All part of the ruse, the distraction that Nino Bryant has had. Nino Bryant, of course, with a huge vendetta to settle with Tate Mayfairs as they head towards the Woodville in October. A steel cage matchup for the All-Nations Championship is on tap. Ladies and gentlemen, not many tickets remaining. You want them? You better head to rumblewrestling.com right now to secure your seat, because there is less than 50 tickets remaining for an all-time great matchup and the first ever steel cage matchup inside the Woodville Theatre in Gravesend, as Tate Mayfairs is looking to assert his dominance. Can't really focus on Nino Bryant inside a steel cage right now. He's got everything to do here against the game Tommy Tanner, the European champion. Looking for a scoop slam again, and Tanner putting the brakes on here, trying to use some of that weight and leverage to deny Tate Mayfairs the scoop slam that he wants so much, and just looking to drill the midsection, and a scoop slam of his own. Incredible power, and understandably so when you look at the conditioning of Tommy Tanner. Have you ever seen a man in his first year in professional wrestling, particularly for Rumble Wrestling, look quite like Tommy Tanner? Already looks like a megastar in the making. Looking for an Irish whip, but Tate Mayfairs reverses and sends Tanner right into the turnbuckle. Whiplash effect, and now just stuffs the boot and his fist right across their head. And I think Tate Mayfairs has had enough of the fun and games. Referee Dave Macro admonishing Tate Mayfairs for his behaviour, asking him to allow the man up, such is traditional in British professional wrestling. 1 fall to a finish here. First man to score a pinfall, submission or a knockout, or indeed be disqualified. We hope it doesn't come to that, but you never know when Shen Wu is on the outside. And speaking of which, Shen Wu once again off the distraction from Tate Mayfairs, proving to be, as always, the distraction that Tate Mayfair needs. And Tate Mayfairs is always the benefactor of Shen Wu's behaviour on the outside. Tommy Tanner looking a little worse for wear after that assault. And this crowd have come alive here. The sold-out Stour Centre, 400 strong here in Ashford, to come out to see the very best in professional wrestling in Rumble Wrestling. We thank you for doing so. And of course, you might have noticed the magnificent photography of Tony Ham is at ringside. Check out all the imagery that Tony Ham has delivered here. Oh, look out. Tommy Tanner with a cheeky roll-up, almost caught Tate Mayfair short, but ain't nothing short about that clothesline right to the face of Tommy Tanner. Pinfall, just a 2 count once again. Tommy Tanner proving himself to be a true warrior, a true battler here in Rumble Wrestling, as Tate Mayfair's just dropping his weight right across the chest of Tommy Tanner. 2 count only again, but this is the difference when the experience hits. And you might notice Tommy Tanner taking his time to get a pinfall whenever he has some offense in on Tate Mayfairs. Tate Mayfairs does not waste any time, and now beautiful, beautiful submission applied. He's isolated the armbar there, and now as a butcher's grip around the neck, all the torque going across the neck, the shoulder, the jaw of Tommy Tanner. That is really going to do some serious damage. It's not pleasant being in the ring and being jaw-jacked quite like this. And now I do believe Tate Mayfairs was transitioning into a headlock. Now just a headlock applied. Now looking to isolate the arm once again. All of that technical knowledge being shown off here by Tate Mayfairs. Look at the torque, look at the angle that right arm is bent into, and that shoulder is not meant to bend like that. But Tommy Tanner has created some separation, able to release the arm now looking to release the hold of Tate Mayfairs. Lovely jaw breaker. And the chin, and Shen Wu looking slightly more nervous than he was at the beginning of this matchup. Oh wow, I think Tommy Tanner was looking to catch Tate Mayfair's flush with a kick to the midsection, instead receives an elbow drop, but I think Tommy Tanner was trying to move out of the way and does so. Lovely drop kick once again. The aerial antics of Tommy Tanner beggar belief for someone of his size. We'd expect that from our lightweight division, the very best in the world. And oh, come on, it's Shen Wu. Well, referee Dave Macro didn't directly see it, but he must be aware. There's no way Tommy Tanner just tripped by himself. We're not idiots. We can clearly see what's going on. And even Dave Macro must have some sort of idea. But I guess the idea of it is, if you don't see it, you can't call it. And Tate Mayfairs is going to take full advantage of Shen Wu's behaviour here. Potentially looking for a suplex, perhaps that inverted fisherman's buster that's brought so much joy over the years to Tate Mayfairs. Indeed was looking for it, but Tanner had it scouted, escapes, and now a German suplex just damn near throws Tate Mayfairs right out of his tights, and a real pop of the hips. Great elevation there from Tommy Tanner, who now looks to ascend to the sky perhaps, and thought better of it, and now decides to maneuver Tate Mayfairs. Maybe that time wasted is exactly the time that Tate Mayfairs needs to get back into the game. Once again, Tommy Tanner. Oh, look out. Shen Wu proving to be the distraction. As always, referee Dave Macro's got to get control. And beautiful front flip lands on his feet. The athleticism again. He's able to evade the flying elbow. And now a clothesline from Tommy Tanner, looking to build momentum here on Tate Mayfairs despite the distractions. But Tommy Tanner, as I've said, the meteoric rise of Tanner is here and is on display for everyone to see. Back body drop, using Tate Mayfair's momentum against him coming out of the corner. Now Tanner looks to be prepped and ready. And once again, look at this idiot Shen Wu. Come on, right there in front of him. Referee Dave Macro's got to get some sort of control. He hasn't seen because he's too busy counting down or counting out Tate Mayfairs, depending on how you want to look at it. And meanwhile, Tate Mayfairs has regained some control, but he's sent over the top. I think Tommy Tanner knew that Tate Mayfairs was coming for him. Shen Wu trying to have, well, look out. And once again, Tate Mayfairs using Shen Wu as a human shield, to say the very least. And off the distraction, just sweeps the legs out. And the absolute audacity of Shen Wu, as per usual. Referee Dave Macro not having the best day at the office, if we're being honest. Beautiful go behind, snap, neck breaker from Tate Mayfairs. No denying the athletic prowess of the All Nations champion. And now Tommy Tanner finds himself in the perfect position, potentially, for a Tate trigger, as Tate Mayfairs looks a bit ahead of steam, but Tanner had it scouted, rolls him up. 10 minutes gone, and oh man, I tell you what, Tommy Tanner almost pinned him looking for a super kick. Tate Mayfairs puts the brakes on, backflip lands on his feet, and there is the super kick, flush on the chin from Tommy Tanner. And man, he seems to have an answer for absolutely everything that Tate Mayfairs has thrown at him. And Tommy Tanner is potentially looking for a whirlwind of devastation. That beautiful tornado in the middle. Oh, come on! Right in front of the referee. Somehow, Dave Macro. Tell you what, Specsavers might be an understatement, Sunshine. How did you not see Shen Wu put Tate Mayfair's boot on the bottom rope? Tommy Tanner had the All Nations champion beaten here in this singles matchup, and Tanner knows exactly what has happened. He's going, oh, what the hell? Well, the referee is distracted once again. Referee Dave Macro clearly not getting paid by the hour, and a foreign substance was launched into the eyes of Tommy Tanner without Macro's understanding, and a Tate trigger right to the side of the head. Pinning combination, and just like that, Tate Mayfair steals a win off of Tommy Tanner, courtesy of the distraction from Shen Wu.